With so many different tech options at the moment, it's hard to know which is best for your business. I recently did an audit on all my paid subscriptions with tech, and I was shocked of how much I was spending everywhere, and I had to weigh up the options of what was worth keeping and what I was going to ditch. So in today's episode of Content Catalyst, I'm going to share with you my top 10 tech tools for content marketing, and I'm also going to share with you what I'm potentially ditching as well. And the last one will probably surprise you. Okay, so these content marketing tools were essentially to help businesses shortcut their workflow and help you turn one video into 15 pieces of content marketing. And it came up recently in conversation about, content creation. Is it quality or is it quantity? And my answer to that was it's both. I believe that you need to have quality as far as a hero long piece of content, but I also believe it is about having quantity, and that is sharing it across multiple platforms and multiple times. So the reason why I say that is because if you look at Google's research, and I've spoke about this recently, I'm actually going to do a whole podcast episode on it, of Google's 7-11-4 rule. It really is about understanding the modern buyer journey these days. So it is important to have quality, and it's also important to have quantity. So these tools will help you do both. Now, I guess at the end of the day, we just want to save time, we want to save money, and we want to boost our productivity to promote our business. So let's jump into my top 10 tech tools to help you market your business. Now, the first one comes under social media management, and this one is called Vista Social, and it's a scheduler. And I've used many different schedulers over the years to schedule out social media. Now, obviously, the first one that comes to mind that's free is Meta, and Meta is great, but it also has its limitations because I can only share content to Instagram, Facebook, and Facebook group. If I want to do more than that, then I need to look at alternate schedulers. Now, as I mentioned before, I have used different types of schedulers, and why I settled on Vista Social is because I was paying like $55, I think, a month for Metricool, and I was like, this is ridiculous. Seems like an excessive amount of money. And so I use a platform called AppSumo, and this is where you can go on there, you get these one-off deals where you pay a lifetime amount, and you don't have to pay anything more than that. So where I was paying a monthly fee for Metricool, I could just pay $55 for Vista Social, and that's it. I own it now, so I can go in and schedule my content. Now, there's about 17 different networks or platforms that you can push out content to. However, the main ones that I use it for are Facebook, Instagram, you've got TikTok, you've got YouTube, LinkedIn, and Google Business. And I think Google Business is one of the big ones that a lot of people miss with their schedulers. So just make sure whatever scheduler that you do have, Google Business is a really important one to consistently push out content for your ranking. Vista Social has also got really good analytics and reports. So you can actually go in there, you can pull out your competitors' content, and you can actually rank it against yours, and you can see what their reach is and their keywords and things like that. So it's got a really good reporting part of it as well. That's Vista Social. It's not available. So Vista Social, like I said, I got a one-off deal on AppSumo. It's not currently available on AppSumo because it is AppSumo has deals that come and go. So if you do go onto AppSumo, just check and see what the latest social media schedule are that you can get these lifetime deals on, and just also, like I said, make sure it's got Google Business on there as well. Okay, so the next one, number 2, is StreamYard. Now, StreamYard, okay, this was a tough one for me because I was tossing up whether I was going to say StreamYard or Riverside. And to me, I haven't yet decided which one I'm going to keep and which one I'm going to ditch, only because I use both. I'm recording right now in Riverside, and I am doing a bit of a deep dive into Riverside at the moment, so I can use it and talk about it and do some training inside Content Catalyst, which is my membership. However, StreamYard I've used for many years, and what I love about StreamYard is it's such an easy platform to use. It's very user-friendly, and I can stream to multiple platforms at once. So if you are into your live streaming, It's a really, live streaming is a great way to push out your message when you're short of time, you don't want to edit, and you still want to get maximum impact across the different platforms. So, you can stream live into TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You aren't able to so you can't actually stream any longer into the Facebook groups, which is an absolute pain. And that's because Facebook has actually closed off their third-party API. However, there is a workaround for this, that you can actually still stream into your Facebook group via StreamYard. And I did a tutorial on that recently, and I'll put that in the show notes if you want to know how to do that. Okay, so why would I choose StreamYard over Riverside? Let's look at the pros and cons between the two. Well, if you're a person who does enjoy live streaming, I like doing live streams. I find it's a really great way to share information efficiently across all different platforms. And like I said, you can, move on with your day. You don't have to edit. However, if you do want to edit, you can actually download those recordings. StreamYard will give you video files, audio files, and transcriptions. You can actually edit the clips inside StreamYard now. And you can also make little magic clips, so it'll repurpose content down for you as well, which makes it ideal if you want to create shorts to lead people to your long form content. And like I said, you can stream across all your platforms, and you still can stream inside your Facebook groups. You just have to do the workaround with your stream key. Okay, so why would I choose Riverside though over StreamYard? Well, if you're a podcast first person, then I think that Riverside would be great for you. Riverside has a really good editor in there. It's also got magic clips, and it'll help you with show notes. It also has a teleprompter in there as well. So if you're a person that likes a teleprompter, then I think that's a really cool thing. If you have multiple guests on, you're able to have one key invite to send them as your ongoing invitation as well. So yeah, I think Riverside has done some great updates recently, and I highly rate it. So if you're a live streamer, I would definitely go for StreamYard. If you're a podcast first person, I would look at Riverside. You can stream inside Riverside as well, but it is a little bit more technical, as in you have to get the stream keys and you have to insert it into Riverside. So it's a bit more of a workaround. All right, so next one, let's look at content creation and design. Number 3 on this one is Canva. I don't know what I did before Canva. Actually, I do. It was Publisher. It's like, what? Okay, so Canva has made some incredible updates. Of course, I'm on the Pro version. There's just so many good things in the Pro version. Now, this Friday, the 24th of May, there is a launch of Canva Create. I've signed up for that to find out what that is all about, but I've been told there are some amazing updates coming, which, of course, AI powered as well. I think what I've seen with Canva over the years is just what they've added to it as well. And every day I keep finding more things it can do. I went down a Google rabbit hole recently, and what I found, and it's these little simple things that you find out. It's like there's an app. I can connect Google Drive with Canva. So instead of having to download photos from my Google Drive and upload it, I can just go over to apps, find the Google Drive, and now all my photos will pull across from there. So it's just little things like that they constantly upgrade that I find are so helpful. With video as well. Now I'm going to get into video editing in a second, but I find that for basic editing, for video content, I think it does the trick. More graphic style video editing. The other thing that I do like about Canva's video is their stock footage. If you just want some B-roll, I think that there's some great B-roll stock footage in there that you can use to add layer content for your videos. But of course, I always do encourage you to use original content, but there are times that you do want, stock footage of things. So yes, definitely Canva is 100% rated for me as worth paying a subscription for. Okay, number 4, CapCut. This is the best video editor around as far as, now I use Adobe Premiere Pro to edit majority of my videos. However, the reason why that's not on the list here, because I am thinking of you and I want to share with you very user-friendly programs to create content for your business. And that's why I've chosen things like StreamYard and Riverside, because they're really intuitive, they're really easy to navigate for people that don't have a marketing background or aren't tech savvy. So, okay, let's look at CapCut. The reason why I like CapCut, it's free, number one. Obviously, they have a pro version, and I do pay for the pro version just because of how much editing I do use. I use CapCut more on my phone than I do desktop. So that's the other thing I do like, is that it's iPhone friendly and it's Android friendly. It's desktop friendly and it's also phone friendly, mobile friendly. They've got templates in there, they've got effects in there, captions in there. If you go over to the desktop, you'll find that there's a lot more capabilities now that they've put in there, such as magic clips as well. So if you've got a long form video, it'll snip it up for you as well. It's just, I think every program I'm in at the moment offers the magic clips. Yeah, have a look into CapCut if you haven't used the desktop part of it before. So, yeah, CapCut I use on my phone for pretty much all my editing. So even when I do, a live or a podcast or something, I'll often even just send it to my phone. And it's something that I can do if I was sitting in bed watching telly or whatever, and I can just make short clips if I want to, and add captions and things, and I can add it to stories and reels. So it is definitely up there as far as one of the better editors in there. And inside Content Catalyst, next week we are doing CapCut Basics, and we use CapCut in our editing workrooms most times. So let's have a look at now SEO. And I think SEO is search engine optimization. I think SEO is one of the biggest things, and analytics, that I can emphasize when you make content, that it's important to do your research and understand your market, understand if you want to create content that connects with people and resonates with people, then you have to look and know what people are looking for. So here are my top picks for researching content. And the first one is Google. And I think that Google, is often forgotten about when we come to actually just researching. So if I am putting together a podcast, for example, I want to research, or a blog, I want to research my topic, and I want to research what people are looking up. And then I'll research my hook, which is my headline. So Google is a great place to start. And I will simply put in things like content marketing or tech tools and things like that, which is what I even did while I was researching this podcast. Okay, so I can type in that, and then I can see the words that people actually type in there. Now, I know that, you can use platforms like Answer the Public, which are okay, and they can give me some information, but what I like about Google is it actually shows up what people are actually typing into Google. So when you type in a word or whatever you're doing, so let's say you were a yoga teacher when you were looking up what people were searching, for example, beach yoga or evening yoga or morning yoga, it will give you what people are actually typing in. Now, the next thing to look up in Google is Google's Keyword Planner. Google's Keyword Planner will give you what the rating is, how many people are looking it up, and especially if you're going to be doing paid ads and things like that. I find it a really powerful tool, and again, it's free. The other one that is awesome with Google is Trends, Google Trends. If you type in trends.google.com, it will come up and it'll give you all the trends that are happening. And I find that that's really good if you want to tap into the current conversation as well. So use that as a research tool. Okay, so the other one that I'm going to talk about for number 6 is YouTube. And YouTube is probably one of my most favorite tools as far as researching what people are looking for. And again, so once I've gone over to Google, I can see what people are looking for. I will go over to YouTube and I'll see what people are again looking up, and also how many people are actually viewing that topic as well. Google has, one of the biggest search engines in the world, and I find that it is one of those underutilized tools as well. So anything to do with how to, it's YouTube. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is project management and collaboration, I guess, communication. So my number one thing here, and this is where I get into now, these are some of the programs or platforms am I going to ditch or am I going to switch? And The first one I had was Google Calendar. Now, I was paying a subscription for Advent, and Advent, it allows me to insert my calendar into my website, and specifically for my Content Catalyst members, so they could see when our masterclasses were coming up and any events that were coming up and things like that, which is such a great tool. However, again, I was paying like, I don't know, $50 a month for that. And all these $50 subscriptions add up. So then I started looking into Google Calendar, and I'm like, okay, there is an ability to embed a calendar. So I can create a Google Calendar, and then I can go over to, I can take that Google Calendar and I can actually embed it onto my website, into our members portal, or onto one of my events pages. And then I can also put in there the reminders. So I can put a reminder the week before, the day before, the hour before, and it'll come up into people's calendars when they, and synchronize the calendar when they click on the button. So to me, that was a big saving. Now, the other thing that I also really like about it is that it's also replacing Calendly for me. Now, Calendly, there is a free version which I do have on my website, but I've also been playing around with the Google Calendar version. Again, I can embed this on my website. So for people wanting to book a one-to-one session with me and they can see my diary, I can again embed that on my website. And when somebody wants to schedule some time, rather than going back and forth in an email, I can just send them the link and it will put it straight into my calendar, and I can work around any conflicts and things like that. And it's free. Well, it's not free because I pay for it in my work suite. So it's not free, but I'm like, there's 2 subscriptions that I've been able to eliminate just using Google Calendar. Okay, the next one that I'm looking at switching and ditching is, I've been using Zoom forever, as we all have been, and Zoom's great. It's a trusty thing. Back in the 2020, it's like no one knew how to use Zoom, and everyone was trying to push buttons and work out how to make their mics work and things. Now we've pretty much mastered Zoom and we're quite familiar with it. However, it's another subscription that I'm paying for, and that's because I do my live sessions each week inside Content Catalyst via Zoom, and they go for more than 45 minutes, which is the allowance of the free plan. Now, the thing is about that is I'm sitting there going, well, how can I save more money again on a subscription? I think it's about, $25 or something a month. Not a lot, but I don't use it for I use webinars, and that was, meetings. Like if I'm doing a webinar, for example, I'll use Zoom. But I'm like, I don't do big webinars for like 1,000 people and things. So it's not something that I actually need. So at the moment, I've been testing out Google Meet, and can I just say, I actually really love it. And what I love about Google Meet is that I've been able to set a calendar event. So when people book in, it automatically, so again, going back to calendar event, if somebody wants to book in for a one-to-one session, they'll get the calendar invite and it'll automatically allocate the Google Meet button and meeting ID. And then when I go to do the meeting itself, I can record it. And then at the end of and I can also add meeting notes prior to, and that'll actually put it in a Google Doc. And so we can have an agenda on there, and it'll put all the information in there for follow-up notes as well. So follow-up action. At the end of the meeting, I get a transcription of the meeting, and I also get a recording of the meeting, which then just goes into Google Share Drive. I just find it really easy to share information post-reporting as well. So I'm loving Google Meet. I find that there's no time factor. I don't have, time restraints or anything. Like I said, it's included in my G Suite subscription that I have for my email and things. And that's an essential subscription for me. I think it's $17 a month that I pay. So to me, that is one less subscription. So right now, just by using Google, I've been able to save on Calendly, Advent, and also Zoom. Number nine is a program that you probably haven't heard of. So all of those other programs, I know you've all heard of all of those programs, such as, StreamYard and Canva and CapCut and things. But this one you probably may not have heard of, and this is called Creator Hooks Pro. And this has been, I've been following this person's platform for quite a long time, and then they launched Creator Hooks Pro. And why I subscribe to this is because when you are creating content marketing, it's all about knowing, and content marketing that connects and resonates with your audience, you need to understand what people are looking up and what will get people's attention. Our attentions are so short at the moment, so it's so important to work out what is actually going to grab at people's attention, and that will also give you ideas for content as well, because that is one of the biggest things that I hear from people is, I just don't know what to make. So Creator Hooks Pro. What I love about Creator Hooks Pro is that I can go in, and it's all AI generated, of course, like everything, but I can create titles. And so in here, I go in and I type in describing my video, what it's about. And then I can go in and select my niche. So for example, there's things like travel, there's farming, fitness, food and drink, marketing and business. So you just pick the lifestyle niche, the niche that it falls into. And then you've got what's called a click trigger. And the click trigger, there's like a list of, 20 click triggers that you've got to choose from. So, and that is the approach or the angle that you want to take of the content that you're creating. And so, for example, you can choose to have more of authority style, title, or for beginners. You can do credibility, curiosity, drama, fear, FOMO, list, mistakes. You can have pain points, stop doing this as such, X versus Y. And so there's a whole list of click triggers that gives you an angle or an approach that you can take for your content. Now, this program is actually designed for people that create YouTube videos. And so then once you put that information in, it'll go generate title ideas, and then it'll spit out about 10 different title ideas for you to then choose from. And it's such a great tool. And yes, you can do this same thing in ChatGPT, for example. However, I just find that this is such a great tool because it is pulling information directly from YouTube, and it's also ranking it as well as to what is working. This is just a tool that I've been playing for. Yes, it is a paid subscription that I'm on. I think it's about $25 a month, but because I do a lot of title generation with content marketing, it's actually a really helpful tool. And I feel that if I can save on other subscriptions, that is actually saving me time, but also getting me views and getting opens on your, so with this as well, with your title generator for your hooks, Creator Hooks Pro, you can use this for your podcast titles. You can use it for your YouTube videos. You can use it for your blogs. You can use it for your email subject lines. And this is why it's such a versatile platform to use that actually will create impact. So yeah, Creator Hooks Pro, I'm rating that at the moment. Okay, so this brings me now to my last, number 10. And I know you're there going, okay, where's ChatGPT on this? Surely it's got to be on here. Well, no, it's not. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you what I'm using instead. I'm actually using, number 10 is actually Perplexity AI. Now, if you've not heard of this, I was told about this, a couple of months ago, and I have been on a deep rabbit hole playing with this program. And what I'm loving about it, it's an AI-powered search engine just like ChatGPT. However, the difference between Chat and Perplexity is the credibility. And the reason why I say this is the biggest thing about Perplexity is that it has accuracy with citations. So the information is a lot more reliable and verifiable as well. So when you put in a prompt into Perplexity, it will pull data and it will also quote where it's pulled the resources from. It will give me videos, it will give me blogs, it will give me articles and papers. And I think this is one of the biggest things that I find with ChatGPT is I don't know where the information has come from. Is it actually true? And especially if you are writing content that you want facts for. So like I said, I've been playing with this. Now, there is a free version of Perplexity and you can go in and use this. However, I did use it for a while, loved it so much, and went, I actually need to upgrade. Now, I've used ChatGPT's free version forever, and that's been great. But as soon as I saw the benefits of actually using Perplexity Pro, the upgraded paid version, I was won. And I'll tell you why. It's because ChatGPT 4 is all the talk at the moment. Well, if you subscribe to the Perplexity AI Pro, you also get ChatGPT 4 in this as well. Okay, so you're going to be paying $20 a month for the Pro version of this. But if you weigh up what you're going to pay for ChatGPT 4, you're going to be paying $20 as well, where I can get 2 bites of the cherry paying for Perplexity. Now, again, coming back to what are the differences between Perplexity and Chat? Well, Perplexity has a lot more accurate information. It is very factual as well. So it will ask you questions. So when you put in your prompts, it will clarify things for you. It will allow you to upload PDFs and images and CSV files. And that makes it so handy when I want it to analyze information to give me what I want. The other thing that I like about Perplexity, it actually draws from a wide range of live websites, including academic databases, news outlets, and just other up-to-date informational sources. So the difference then between ChatGPT is that it's pulling information from a data set from back in 2021. So what's the difference between that and that? Well, you've got things like Perplexity is great if you want reliable information. ChatGPT, however, is awesome for content creation, and it gives a lot more human-like response and more conversation. So my thing is that if you're using it to write out scripts and things like that, then ChatGPT 100%. But what I said before is, why just have ChatGPT when I can have ChatGPT and also Perplexity that gives me sources and citations of where it's getting the information from. It's also giving me all the resources that pull across, and it's a lot more accurate and precise with verified sources. I definitely think it's worth, and it's also pulling not just from ChatGPT as well, I just should say. There's another program called Claude 3 that it actually pulls things out, and their own model as well. So it's pulling information from a lot of things, and that's why I say go and check out Perplexity, because I feel that it's such a valuable tool for content creators if you want the best of both worlds with chat and other AI with facts and real time as well. So there you go. They are my top 10 content creator tools for tech. And just to recap, I've got Vista Social is my scheduler, StreamYard if you like to live stream, or Riverside if you're more podcast first. And of course you can do podcast in both of them, and you can stream in both of them, but one is more leaning towards lives and the other is more leaning towards podcasts. Then we got Canva. Then we have CapCut. Then we have Google everything at the moment. I'm just loving. So you've got Google Keyword Planner. You've got Google, as in if you're just searching for things, Google Trends. You've got YouTube, Google Calendar, Google Meet. And then you've got Creator Hooks Pro and, of course, Perplexity AI. These are my tools. I would love to know what you are using and what you love as well. So tag me in your stories on Instagram. I'm debszabo_video. And I would love to know, has this episode been helpful? Let me know if you try any of these tools that I've recommended today that I'm using. And, of course, I will keep you posted, because tech is always updating with new things, and it's one of the things that I always work on is to stay up to date. So I'm constantly researching, and that's how I ended up with so many subscriptions, because I try the free versions and then I try the upgraded versions and just see what is working for me, so I can also pass that on to help you as well. If you'd like to know more information and you'd like some more resources, head over to my website. This month, we are inside Content Catalyst membership. We are talking all things tech and gear. And I do have a video gear guide that you can download for free. And so if you do want to, or if you want to start creating content or you want to upgrade the content gear that you are using, I've got a full gear guide in there which tells you my recommendations and why I recommend it based on your needs. So it may not be that you have a home office studio. It may be that you're creating content on the go. Maybe you're just doing podcasting. Maybe you're just doing wanting to record an online course. Whatever that is, that video gear guide will help you to assess what's right for you based on those recommendations with the essentials. And these are the essential gear guide too. So microphones, lighting, cameras, something to hold your phone up and all that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope this episode has been helpful. If you'd like to know more about Content Catalyst Marketing Hub, all my details are on the website and in the show notes. It's designed to help businesses with the needs of everyday content creation to promote our business. And that's the thing about Content Catalyst. I designed it as a community and a marketing hub. So one, you have a strategy and a plan. Two, that you are able to get unstuck with all of this tech, because one of my business groups posted this morning going, I've just noticed I can't, stream live into Facebook group anymore via StreamYard. And I'm like, that's okay. I've got you. Here's a tutorial. And I want to share all that with you. And I do that with my members. And then next month in June, we are talking all things personal branding and talking on camera as well. So if you'd like to know more details, check out the show notes, head to my website, which is debszabo.com. And thanks for tuning in until the next episode.